So I'm going to separate these bananas before it's going to rain. Before it's gonna rain. Okay. Okay. So I already have this prepared. This one I found it, you guys. I found it in the street. I picked them up like this. I'm so excited. I picked them up like this, and every night I pick them up. They were like outside. So I put it in here. So this is it right here. And then I made a solution of a charcoal water. This is just a made up, okay? I'm just made these things up. So I got this one like this, and this is it comes with it is zucchini. No, this one is squash. It's zucchini. But okay, so here is it. And tons of babies. Millions of babies in here. Tons of babies. I don't know how. Look, look how millions of babies in here. This one called. It says Musa. The other one that I have is Musa Bashu, but this one it's a they call it super dwarf banana Musa super dwarf banana. Musa super dwarf banana. So somebody gifted this to me. So I have tons of in here. See how many of them? I have tons of it. So I'm going to separate it. And some of them I'll put it in, but it says I'm not even sure if this is cold hardy, but I gotta, and I have made some trusted knife. I'm gonna cut the bottom. And I'll dip it in the solution right here. So you guys, I'm not even, let me, and for some reason I have no idea how they make them so much, how they make it a lot of bananas. I'm not sure how they made this, so many of them, and how they. It seems like it's very, very little like this, but it's tons of it. I buy this for resale, you guys. I'm gonna resell it. So and then how I'm not even sure how many kind of. See, check this out. It has so many babies. Tons of it. For little, I don't know how they do it because it's just a little corm right here, but they have tons of it. I had no idea. Tons of it. Tons of it. I'm having a hard time how to get it. Like very little corms right there. The big ones, the big ones, I'm going to plant it in the soil. See, it is going to. They have babies coming too. I'm gonna put it into the solution right here. I gotta separate it, all of them. I don't know. This is just a made up for me that I put it in here. And I'm pretty sure this one is still. I'm going to plant this in the soil outside. Hey everybody. Hey. Hey. It's gonna be a while. But the small babies, I put it together. Maybe two or three. Two or three together. How are you? Look, tons of babies. Start raining, you guys. Okay. Thank you. Tons of it. I don't know. In one pot, I'll put three probably because it's still like so babyish kind of thing. It's raining now. I feel the rain. I gotta hurry. Look how much is it? It's tons of it, you guys. But I am going to like leave some of them, like the baby ones. I can't even. I don't even know what to do. Like I don't know how to start. It's just too much. This one. It's one, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. It's gonna rain. Raining. Oh, absolutely. I want to put this in. It's raining. Hey, hi Ariane. Hey Ariane. It's still look. It's still this. I'm gonna put this. Thank you, Ariane. I'm leaving some of them into the. Hey, hi Irene. How are you, Irene? As I said, I'm replanting this Musa Super Dwarf banana. How are you, love? It's raining. It's raining. It's raining. I just separate it like this. It's like it's raining. Hopefully this one it's not there's no roots. So hi guys. How are you guys? How are you? How was your weekend? I got lots of you see that banana? I don't know how they make this. It has so many puffs. So many puffs. I don't know how they do this. I have two more too. How are you? How are you guys? I'm gonna remove this when they get bigger. But right now I'll just put this. Now I feel like I am expert to this. Just wanna make it rooted. at them, so many babies, like tiny, tiny babies. But tons of some of them, they have so many big, 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 tiny babies. But I don't really want to cut everything in like little every piece because I don't think they're gonna have enough strength to um to grow. So I'll just leave together a bunch. Look at it. You step a poop in there. Look at the poop. You step on a poop. Yes, you did. It's in your right shoe. I'm telling you, you step. That's the poop. You step on it. The wind. The wind broke it. Blazer. 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 A big size. Ah, More money? Gotta take a shower. Need to take a shower. Oh shoot. Super excited. I'm tired. Oh my god.
and welcome. I'm Brian. I've been growing bananas like these in my yard near Seattle, Washington for the last 6 years. And I'm going to share with you today everything that I've learned, everything that I know that helps me get these things to over 16 feet tall every summer. I'm going to teach you about watering, what I do to fertilize, how I trim them, how I transplant them, how to propagate them, everything you need to know to understand how to enjoy these plants even in cold environments. Now, this variety behind me is Musa Super. It's also commonly referred to as a cold hardy banana or a Japanese fiber banana. It's got other names as well, but those are the most common. These are the types of bananas that you can grow in cold weather. They are ornamental for the most part. You can eat parts of this plant, but they're not very tasty. You can eat the bananas as well. We'll get into that a little bit later. They're not tasty. So, really, what you're going to get from these is the ornamental look of bananas in a cold weather environment. And you're able to grow these in areas where there's just not another type of banana that's going to survive in that climate outside. Let's first cover just a little bit about the anatomy of a banana plant. Banana plants are actually plants. They get referred to as trees quite often, but they're not actually a tree. They're classified as an herb. They do not have a woody trunk or any kind of bark. The pseudostem, as it's called, is actually fairly soft. It's made out of the same material as the leaves of the banana plant. Now, the plant itself grows from the center. New leaves are pushed through that pseudostem where they come out of the center at the top and eventually unfurl and create a new leaf and push the circumference of the pseudostem out just a little bit. As the banana continues to grow, it continues to push new leaves out, getting a little bit thicker each time and getting a little bit taller each time. Eventually, you're going to have what's referred to as the banana flower pod that will come out of the top. This is what houses the bananas, as well as flowers, both male and female flowers, that are used to pollinate the bananas. Understanding what's below ground is also important. So, right underneath the base of the pseudostem, you have what's called the corm. The corm is a solid mass that is similar in consistency to jicama. If you're not sure what jicama is, think of it kind of like a spongy potato. So that corm is really the energy and the growing center of the banana plant. Beneath the corm, you have the roots that act like any typical plant roots, pulling nutrients from the soil into the corm, which then transfers it out into the plant. Now, the size of the corm is going to vary a little bit based on the plant and how long it's lived in its spot that it's in, but you can assume that generally the corm is going to be about as wide as the width of the pseudostem and will go down just as deep. Musa Super will grow in USDA hardiness zones 5 to 11, really a wide variety of zones, including some very cold climates that these plants can thrive in. Now, the colder the zone that you're in, the colder that your winters get, the more you might have to do in order to keep these plants alive over the winter. While your grow zone is one indicator of whether or not these plants can survive in your area, what really matters with these is, does the corm or the roots freeze over the winter? As long as you can prevent that from happening, these plants will survive, and they grow really fast. So even if they die back to the ground and only the corm survives, once they're established, these plants will grow. I've gotten them to grow this tall in a single season, 16 feet from the ground to early August, even late July sometimes, depending on the warmth of the summer. You can get them to grow 16 feet in just a couple of months. So let's talk about the work involved in winterizing Musa Super. There are different techniques that you can use to do winterization of these plants, depending on where you live, what's available to you, how cold your winters are, and just generally how much work do you want to do in order to maximize the size of these. Now, when temperatures drop below 32 degrees, the plants are going to start taking damage. There's not a lot that you can reasonably do to protect the leaves. So assume that your leaves are going to die once it hits freezing. And you're really talking about protecting the pseudostem and the corm and the roots from freezing over the winter. Now, where I'm at in zone 8A, my winters are typically not super cold. I don't have many days below freezing, and I hard freezes in the zone that I'm in. So the method that I typically use is I wrap the bananas using bubble wrap. That's it. Once that first freeze hits, I go ahead and cut off all the leaves. I pick a few of the larger pseudostems that I want to keep around. I wrap those using bubble wrap, and all of the extra banana material, the leaves and whatnot that I've cut off in that process, I throw on the ground, give the corm and the roots a little bit of extra insulation to get through the winter. Another common technique to winterize these bananas is to use what's called the cage method. This involves cutting the stems down to somewhere between 2 to 3 feet, a little bit less than a meter, and building a cage out of some type of chicken wire or any type of wiring. I've done this before just to try it with an outside dog fence that was made out of metal. You simply build your cage around the cut stems and then put your material into that cage to give the stems and the roots additional insulation. This can be leaves from around your yard. This can be leaves from the plants themselves. I've seen similar methods also done with hay bales where you don't necessarily need to build a cage. You can position hay bales and then fill the rest of the space with leaves. So any good plant material that's going to provide insulation can be used in the cage method to protect these bananas. It's also common to wrap with some type of tarp over the top of your cage or your hay bales to provide a little bit extra insulation and to keep your leaves from blowing away. Now, the maximum size you're going to get out of these bananas is going to be dependent on your environment, your weather, and how warm it gets in the summer, how long your summer is, and whether or not you put these in shade or part sun or full sun. At my house, again, zone 8A, with winter temperatures that sometimes touch 15 degrees Fahrenheit or about -10 C. And I have a fairly regular growing season. July and August are typically in the 80s, sometimes up into the 90s Fahrenheit. So very high 20s, low 30s C. I'm able to get these bananas to 16 to 18 feet tall. That is with very good regular fertilizing as well as daily watering. One question I've gotten asked quite a bit is when do they start growing? When do they stop growing? I've seen from just anecdotal evidence, kind of paying attention to what's generally going on with the weather, my bananas are growing if it's above 50 degrees Fahrenheit or about 10 degrees Celsius. So they start growing in the early spring, sometimes as early as the first few weeks of March, even when it starts to warm up, and they will continually grow until we get into late November, sometimes, depending on how long winter holds off. I'm in a spot where winter can vary greatly when it comes. Sometimes it's late October, sometimes it's not until the end of December. So as long as temperatures are above 50 Fahrenheit, 10 C, my banana plants are growing. Part of that is also determined by how established your plants are. So when I first bought these, I ordered them in the mail. They came, they were about 6 inches tall. And that first year, they only got a couple feet tall. And so they were less than a meter tall in that first year. The second year that I had them in the ground, they topped out at about 8 feet tall. So 2.5 meters or so. And it wasn't until the third year that they really started to reach 15, 16 feet and get above that 5 meter range. Now, one of the things I mentioned was sunlight. I have grown Musa in complete shade. They will grow, but they're not going to get as big. They're not going to grow as fast. They really do best for me in full sun with full water. So this spot in my yard gets sun for about 10 hours a day, starting at about 11 o'clock in the morning, all the way through to about 6 o'clock in the evening during the summer months. The ones that I have in part sun or no sun, again, they do grow, they do survive, they do fine, but they do not get as big if they're in shade or part shade. As far as watering goes, these are thirsty plants. So I've not seen them do well in standing water, but I will give them as much water as I can give them. They typically get, for each of these larger stems behind me, about a gallon of water per day. Now, I have an automated drip system that automatically waters them 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day. and that runs for 15 minutes. And during that 15 minutes, I'm delivering a half a gallon of water to each of the main stems that I have in the patch behind me. And during the summer months when it's not really raining here at all, that's running every single day. Additionally, if it's hot, if it's above the 90s Fahrenheit, I will come out and give all of the plants extra water at some time during the day, every few days. I don't do that every day, but when it's hot for an extended period of time, I will come out and give them all additional water just to make sure they're getting what they need. If your soil is not draining quite the same as mine, again, you don't want standing water there, but if your soil is not draining, you will be able to water them less and still see good results. You'll also want to adjust the water if they're in a shaded or partially shaded spot. They won't need quite the same amount of water, so you can back off a little bit if they're in an area that has less sun. When you go to plant musabastus in the ground, you want to dig a hole that's at least big enough to contain the entire root ball. If you don't have great soil, I would recommend digging out 2 to 3 times the size of the root ball and amend your soil with good organic material. It doesn't have to be expensive soil from a nursery or box store. You can use things like grass clippings, leaves from the previous winter, clippings from other plants. I typically fill around a root ball with all kinds of different plant material that I can get from other spots in my yard, so I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of extra soil or use a bunch of chemicals. When you put the plant in the ground, you want the base of the stem to be level with the ground, but it is okay to bury it a little bit deeper. And I would suggest this in colder climates. Dig your plant a little bit deeper in the ground, get the corm a little bit further down. That's going to help protect that corm when winter does come and keep it just a little bit more insulated using the ground. You can successfully grow musabastus in pots. I've done that at my place in a few different spots and on more than one occasion. From what I've seen, they will stay smaller in pots. They're just not going to get as big, even if you're watering them all the time and fertilizing them all the time. They're just not going to get as big when you have them in pots. There are good reasons to keep them in pots. I've done that twice. Once because I wanted one where there was just concrete down below, so it was in a pot or nothing. The other time to consider putting musabastus in a pot is if you want to make sure they stay contained. So I have some that are very close to a fence for the neighbor. I don't want them going under that fence and getting into the neighbor's yard, so I have them in pots behind my hot tub. That way I know that they're going to stay where they're at and they're not going to wander underground underneath that fence and pop up on the other side where the neighbor doesn't want them. Now, if you do put them in pots, try and find as big of a pot as you can get. The bigger, the better. They will get bigger if you have them in a bigger pot, and you'll have a healthier bunch that will look more impressive. When it comes to transplanting musabastus that are in the ground or in pots, it's pretty easy to do that. They're pretty forgiving plants, and you can do a fair amount of damage to them while you're transplanting them and still have them survive that process. Not that you want to damage them, but if you did happen to damage some, they will survive and come back just fine. If you're simply moving a musabastu banana plant from one spot to the next, start 6 inches or so away from the stem, go straight down, and then leverage up on the shovel that you're using and start to pull that plant up. Understand that under that ground, that corm potentially is spreading, and so it's going to have some pretty thick parts that might be moving in different directions. So you might need to use a fair amount of force in order to get the plant out of the ground. But about 6 inches away from the stem, continue to dig around the base of that plant, and eventually you'll be able to pop that out. You should have a good amount of roots left around the base of the stem and around the corm, and you want to preserve as much of the corm as possible. Once you've put that plant in its new home, be sure to give it lots of water for the few weeks after you've moved it, and I would continue to water it very regularly until I saw new growth coming off of it, which usually can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. I have moved certain musabastus where you couldn't even tell that I transplanted them. It was immediately growing from its new spot, in which case I didn't give it extra water for very long. Other times it's taken 2 or 3 weeks for the plant to really get established and recover and start to push out new growth. So give it extra water during that time until you start seeing growth coming from that plant. Another thing you might see, especially when the plant is larger, when you transplant these, is that the large main stem might not survive. I've moved these before where they've been 6 or 7 feet tall. Once I put them in the new spot, that main stem has fallen over and died. But because the corm is still alive, because the corm has energy, it's able to push out new plants. And so I still am able to get good new Musa plants from that existing corm. It just takes a little bit longer, but if you transplant one of these and you see the stem fall over, don't freak out. It's not necessarily dead. Give the corm time to work, and it will most likely push out new plants for you. Let's talk a little bit more about rate of growth of these plants. The rate of growth is going to be determined by temperatures, the amount of sun, the amount of water, the amount of nutrients, and how well established the plants are. Plants that are well established are going to grow faster than plants that are brand new. As I mentioned earlier, when I first got these, they were about 6 inches tall. They grew a couple of feet that first year. They doubled in size the year after that, roughly. They doubled in size roughly the year after that to where they have gotten to where they are now. Now, on a day-to-day basis, in the summer, these plants can grow several inches in a day. On more than one occasion, I've come through and done some trimming where I've had to cut a plant down for some reason or another, and I've walked by hours later and seen an inch of growth. I've seen as much as 4 inches of growth in a 12-hour period, and up to 6 inches of growth in a 24-hour period. So, in ideal conditions, once established, these plants grow very quickly. The one that has fruited here is one that I wrapped last winter, but it was that size by the end of April this year. So we had a pretty warm April, and because it was wrapped, it started at about 7 to 8 feet tall, but it was that size at the end of April, coming out of a winter that had 2 weeks of no temperatures above freezing. So we had a week in February and a week in March this last winter where the daytime highs were not above freezing. Still coming out of that, this plant was about 14 feet tall by the end of April. So they can grow very quickly once they're established. They can get to very large size once you have them established and are giving them what they need to grow. New plants that come out of existing established plants can also grow very quickly. I've had plants that did not exist at the start of the spring shoot to 14 feet or higher in a single season just because they're feeding off of that larger corm that's able to push a lot of energy and grows very quickly. So even brand new plant, if you're
Okay, take him.
Yeah, put him in the leash.
Okay, come on.
Put his fat ass on the leash. You feel okay wearing that? Look right there. I'm trying to forget to cut your head off. Get down. Stop. Mommy gonna put it on you. Stop. Stop. Wait for mommy to put it on you. You got happy to look out the room. And I open the door and go over there.
Set. Set. Let's go. To eat them ice cream. Yeah, he loves walking.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle triple pecan.
Gonna be complex. You want to bite the myself?
Mm.
That's love when you smell the first bite. Not the whole thing. You like no nigga. That's what they do. When you tell them to do a bite, they probably take two bites. They try to eat the whole thing.
I'm I'm get mad. No, I didn't get it for the first one.
That's the first one. That's only the double. That's how we had the triple.
It's triple. Mm-hmm. And it's large.
It'd be weird. This TV be trying to tell by itself. I don't know. The devil, you know. The devil, I know. Flordilinagregoire and Blazer. You devil. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You breathe all the time.
Yeah, because he's welcome.
You hot with that fur coat on. You hot with that little fur coat on. Get one good. I'm just say you can't eat that because you hot now. Like that exercise?
That what? My heel is my heel. Yeah, you ahead. You got you got longer legs than me.
You used to guys with shorter legs than you? Oh, man. It's a little warm out there, ain't it? Is it a little warm out there, or is it just me?
Hmm?
Is it a little warm out there, or is it just me? You want to have a movie night tonight? I heard you say that when I was leaving.
Oh, you're not leaving?
I'll never leave you, baby. That make you feel good when they say I'm not leaving?
No, okay. Leave tomorrow.
You must be a player so bad, though. You must be a player.
Hey, hi. I don't know. I can't hear. Can you say it again? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I respond. I texted you back. I text you back. Oh, aha. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that he's one of the singer because seriously. Oh, because I heard in the news yesterday, and they said he was sick. I think he fell or something. Oh, dizzy. Yeah. He got dizzy and then just and I said to I said like he's old because he's been Lionel Richie when I was young. So yeah. So but them surgeries and everything done them. Yeah. 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 Saan? Saan siya uwi? Oh. Nandyan siya nagstay sa iyo ngayon? Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, oh, maybe they he get better and will do it again. Right. 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 Oh, right. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I just come back from inside too. I was in the yard and then went to get some ice cream and then I'm tired. I'm done for the day. I gotta go work tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. All right. Okay. Bye. All right. Oh, thank you.
Was it good?
Good. I wish that they have more of that nuts. The nuts is so good. It's pecan. And I don't understand why is it turtle.
They could chop it.
Mm.
It's called stepfather. He said he wants some ice cream. Can't eat ice cream. You can't eat
They
ice.
have nuts in it. So.
You can't eat ice cream with flamethrower sauce. You get cool. You know me, I'll strip all the way down. You know how I get. I'm gonna do all that. And make I leave. You might start getting on my nerves. Unless I gotta put them in. You like these shoes? know you did that to me like he was so healthy. Big boy healthy. You say he lost a little weight. He like to take his shirt off now.
You got big legs. You still take off your shirt.
When I was fat, I still took off my fat. I'm still fat. I stay fat for you.
No, you always been fat. You always been fat, right?
That's what Skip Jermaine used to be bigger than me.
This is Marsha Sanders. Today is February 19th, 1990. I'm here with my
Why
father.
that go over there? I don't like you like that. Go over there. Go over there. You know what happened to you at Dairy Queen? You want that to happen again? Get up over there. I did your Dairy Queen. I thought, man. I can't wait to be that little puppy up. Puppy abuse. My name PA, puppy abuse.
You witnessed both of their passing. Can you tell me about that? Well, he was eating me.
Good.
Please. You said it yourself. I'm not your son.
Don't hit him. Good. At least he didn't get in trouble.
That's crazy.
Oh, he's him now.
That's a little boy driving up.
Yeah.
I thought you were different. But you're just like everybody else. I'm sorry I had to do this. This way you can't hurt anybody else anymore.
He's called stepfather.
Oh, Chico. Chico, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, they want to lay up under me.
It's okay. You're a good boy. You ate your supper, right? So, about 30 seconds, you should crawl out.
Why y'all want to that shit?
Because you're eating.
I'm done.
Where is he?
He's right here.
Oh, that's his spot too.
The whole house ain't his spot now. Shit.
That's his spot right there,
Either
right
that's his
here.
spot or that spot.
Yeah.
On the floor right there, that's his spot too. And that's his spot too. Every spot ain't his spot. We can give him a doggy bed so he can get one spot. I'll buy the doggy bed too. We can give him up our range. Oh my god. That's your ass. You better back up. There ain't no games up here.
All my life, been waiting on a time like this. When the rain goes away, the sun comes out, shine down on me. To A happy you, a happy we can be happy. He dancing every day. He crazy like you. He crazy like you. That's your brother? You got a black brother?
Ooh.
Set the house on fire, baby. This nigga crying in there. So you go to the grocery store. Go to the store. You buy your car. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went upstairs and took her money here to ask her what she wanted from the store because she's when it comes to food, she's really specific. But you told me she didn't want anything specific. But this is very cold because if you got tired that fast, how was you gonna make it up to the bins?
It's close soon. And he's still in the sack.
He set the house on fire. He going. Set the house on fire.
For that one? That one?
Yeah, he set the house on fire. He just.
And the little boy?
Yeah, he set the whole house on fire. He crazy. Got his truck and drove on. Now I think he's talking to the DA or something.
Or the DA or the psych?
The detective, psych, or something. Whoever be talking to him. You can question them. I went to the store. Yeah, I can tell what he did. Now he went to the store.
But you showed that? You see that? No, you didn't. You went to the store? You didn't show that?
They showed him there. They didn't show him to the store. They showed him shut the house on fire. He get in his truck.
He's getting crazy.
He lied. He said he would take care of something to eat. She funny about it. He said he wasn't going to the house. He came back to the house on fire. But he set the house on fire. He's lying so he'll get arrested. Would you like to cool off a little bit? Let me give you some water. You like some water? Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So what do you think? Electrical fire. No signs of any foul play. There's no way this guy did it.
I believe him.
It's like everybody believe you.
That acting job he's putting on. Yeah, alibi ends up. Grocery store.
I'm gonna pick up for the big thing.
We find it fast when we get there. You know what? This is why it won't work. I try my best, and all you do is complain.
So you have two daughters. All I ask is that you spend some time.
I work, okay? And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to provide this house, the food, the clothes on your back.
Oh, that's who is that now?
Another wife.
Myself, if need be. I don't need you for that.
No, that's my else.
That's right. Well, everyone ain't got daddy's money, though, Adria. Some of us have to actually get up off our asses and work.
proposing?
It means since we got married, all you do is sit around and complain about your life. But you ain't doing nothing to change it.
All I do is sit around. All I do is sit around. I had a life before you. You are the one who wanted me to be a housewife and take care of your kids. And that was a problem?
Everything's a problem, Asia. And that's why I'm leaving you. I can't do this anymore. I'm worn out from this marriage.
Who the hell is she?
There you go. Assuming again.
I'm not an idiot. I know when I'm being replaced. Who is she?
You don't know her.
Oh,
You know,
really replaced.
They didn't cheat.
you trying to replace me, but to no avail.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Niggas ain't me. You trying to replace me, but to no avail.
She just makes me feel special.
Them niggas ain't men.
She makes you feel special.
Am I not good enough?
According to you, I'm the one who's not good. Bye.
1 year later,
Can you cook something else tonight? You literally only cook Spanish food. We're not even Spanish.
Okay, well, when you can't pay the bills and buy the food, you can choose to cook whatever you want. Other than that, we have the Spanish food tonight. Plus, your sister Nancy.
Don't listen to the on it.
there you go, baby.
She'll be back for spring
And
break.
your brother.
What's up with the neighbor's slugs when she gets here?
Is this before or after now?
Okay, so she will.
This 1 year later.
Oh, and then that guy again.
Spaghetti.
See, your taste buds is all over the place. Me and Melanie, we got the same taste buds. You get your non-taste buds from your dad.
I miss that.
So sorry to hear that.
Please pardon the interruption. I think I overheard little mama complaining about the flavor of food. If that's the case, might I suggest one of these? So sweet, so flavorful, that should take care of the issue.
I'm sorry, sir. Nobody complains about the flavor. Thank you.
You do. I'm sorry. What's your name, young lady?
Sasha.
Okay, Sasha. Why don't you
That's how they
come
cut. They cut like they all
listen
nice.
to me?
You first big guys.
Have food
They
with
throw
flavor
rice
as
like this.
opposed to,
Pay attention.
you know, the flavorless stuff that you're complaining about.
I'm not both getting on me about my cooking. No, you do this all the time. You, sir, you don't even know me or train it.
No, I don't know you yet.
Ooh.
Danielle Simpson.
Okay. Asia. Asia Dixon.
Asia Dixon. Asia and Sasha Dixon.
My last name is Jones.
Oh, Jones. Well, excuse me, Miss Jones.
Yeah, that's her daddy's last name. They still cool. This is a long story.
Right. I'm hoping it's not too long to share with me a little bit later.
Later.
So what are we doing here? You're gonna listen to me, a fairly well-known cook. We're gonna keep doing what you have always been doing, and Sasha hates.
A very known chef, a very known cook. Wow. Where? Who?
Everyone who's had it,
Oh, okay.
but you haven't
Nope.
had it. So you're new here, huh?
I am. You just moved here.
Next. Oh, right. I heard her say that she missed her dad.
Yep. That's why we moved.
Oh, good for you. You left him. All right.
No. Nope. He left us. You know, someone younger, hotter, spicier. I don't know. Whatever.
Younger and hotter.
Younger, hotter, so he said.
I don't mean to be creepy, but I find that hard to believe. You are one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. I don't mean to be creepy.
Okay, Mr. Player. I sure hope there's no wife or no churn that that you have in your back pocket while y'all are.
No. I don't have either. Like you, I moved here a while back. My wife passed on a while, but a couple of years ago. So yeah, car accident. Time and unforeseen occurrences.
Eli.
Actually, anything else?
Yeah, just gotta keep moving forward.
Yep, sure do. Well, Mr. Darnell, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure's all mine. Will I see you again?
Maybe. You better
Take care.
Thank you. I don't trust him.
Tell her, Sasha, dude, you don't trust that dude. That Cheyenne, like, I don't trust him, man.
Right in the middle of everything else, you're trying to lose weight. Foundeo is a daily GLP-1 pill proven to help adults lose weight and keep it off. Foundeo helped people lose up to 25 pounds. It's the only GLP-1 pill that can be taken any time of day, with no planning around food or drink. Don't take Foundeo if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2.
I see that
Stop
grill
calling
coming
Dr.
towards the
Right
front
away
of
if you have an allergic reaction
towards
or
the middle of
longer
the
swallowing
driveway.
or
Like,
severe stomach pain.
the
Serious
pit
side effects
master, the
may
pit
include
boss back home.
pancreas and gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you
Got
experience
this
vision
meat on
changes,
there.
if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Taking Foundeo with an insulin or sulfonylurea may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, which can
Good
cause
steak,
dehydration and may
good
cause kidney
chicken.
problems.
Girl, she
You're
wants
at
to
the
eat some
right time
fish.
to make a change.
Yeah.
Now is perfect to ask your doctor about Foundeo. Learn about savings and support
She
at
can't even
foundeo.com.
admit she missed me being here grilling. She gonna never say that.
Operation Pizza is a go. Ready, throw.
What? 3 new Toy Story 5 personal pizzas from Papa John's. Order 2 or more for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Nice work. That's how you make a pizza.
See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. Now playing only in theaters. Rated PG. Bubble your insurance with Liberty and save hundreds.
Type. It's bundle your insurance with Liberty Mutual and save hundreds.
These are fun.
I know they are, but let's focus. Let's go again.
Oh, they might hear. Stubble and shave.
It's not it.
Bumble and save.
Bundle with an N.
Crumble and save.
Who gave them crackers?
Cuddle and wait.
You know, that's close enough.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
6 months later, baby.
I bet they're together already.
We about to say it.
There you go.
I still can't believe I wasn't invited to the ceremony. Oh, please stop it. We eloped, okay? No one was invited.
I thought they got married. She said they know.
I got a car. I could have drove to wherever I got to go. Baby, we woke up. We went to the courthouse. And then we got married. That's simple. Okay? Wow. I'm really happy for you, sis. For real. I mean, we all know that the first one wasn't what any of us expected, so. Everything happens for a reason, right? It's true. It is. Yes, God. Ooh, baby, this is my reason right here.
There you go.
That's not a brat.
Took the glasses only try to fit in.
About you. Just trying to keep your sister happy.
4 times out.
You're doing a good job adding to the world. I mean, I'm happy for the both of y'all. For real. Congrats again, man.
Thanks. I'm glad you make it.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling your wife, man. Don't you start. You better start. Don't do that. Look, I'm still sorry I didn't get the invite, but I get it. I told her she could have a +1. I don't know.
I'm playing. For real.
I'm holding you to it.
Hold me to it.
Go get me another drink.
Please
I'm
do.
trying to be out there.
I'll be up it.
It's cool.
Baby,
It's like one of my favorite people in the world. It's great.
thank you for letting me come over and spend time with you.
Everybody's over.
Just having such a good, genuine person.
Got to express myself. That's maturity. Get yourself. That's maturity.
Yes, and oh my gosh! Hungry. Should I say yeah?
I'll take it. Bring it in. Bring it in. Good to see you again, man. Likewise.
In person, but not over FaceTime.
Right. So excited. Your approval means a lot to me. You support this relationship, support yours.
Yes. Are you kidding? Mom is so happy. She hasn't been happy in years.
Oh.
You make her happy. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I guess we're all happy then.
Exactly.
We're all happy now.
Oh my gosh. This is my boyfriend, Matt.
Yes. That's right. Hey, man, look at me. See this one? When you shake a man's hand, you look him right in the eyes. That shows respect.
No.
It also shows no fear. You don't fear any man but God. Do you hear me? But I, you little sister.
I hate you. I wish you were my dad.
Man, you don't get to pick your fountain. But when you get older, you can't. Baby, there you have a better life.
What?
You shake hands with a man, you look him in the eye. Shows respect. I hope she got it by believe.
No, he didn't. It's just in his head.
I like him so.
If the daughter likes you, then I like you. Oh, okay. Let's party, y'all.
That's how we acting with my daughter. Like, what? I knew what he was thinking about doing now. I'll smack the little nigga. The fuck is she like you, nigga? What's up? They be scared to hear fuck. Melissa said she ain't never had a boyfriend. The other be having a boyfriend right now. I might be having a girlfriend. They be scared to tell me. I run a tight shit.
Good morning, baby. What do we all this beautiful breakfast to?
That's why everything will be just right.
You know, you don't have to do all of this shit. I'll bring you lunch.
I know. I love her. And I love Sasha. And you support me. And I love you.
Listen to me.
You do. I do. Listen, I never had a family before, so I just want everything to be perfect.
You know, everything's to always be perfect.
But I would like to think what we have. Perfect.
Okay, what are we eating? What do we like?
We got turkey bacon over here. We got some scrambled eggs and cheese.
Yeah.
Of course, fresh squeezed orange.
Oh, my favorite.
And I was watching. What show was it?
So, the pancakes?
Do you think I will forget my favorite person's favorite breakfast meal? Pancakes. For you, special.
Thanks, Anna.
You know, you don't always have to call me Darnell.
I know. I'm just, I'm not trying to get into anything, but I have your dad. It's just a little weird. Maybe one day.
No pressure. And maybe someday. You're not just ready. You're ready.
Well, Dad, you don't gotta worry about crying.
There she is. All right, good morning. How's y'all sleep?
Like a baby. Thanks for letting Brad stay over.
Don't make me think you a little one. Where is he?
He's sleeping. Really sleeping. We do, because like to wake me, and I did my beauty rest.
Oh, is that why she's so fun? You guys, that's the secret? Yes. I remember that.
You know that too cute.
Sorry. Let me say something right quick. This is the first time I've ever spent a morning with a family. I didn't grow up with any of this, so I am going to do whatever I can to be the best husband and father, stepfather, the best husband and stepfather that I can. How about that?
Right? Well, I'm starving.
Wow.
Yes, it's time to eat, baby.
What was the first impression of you? Oh, to be completely honest, I was scared. Yeah. They were handling well. They handled it well. I want to make a good impression. Yeah, you did. She's into you. Yeah, she's really into you. Cool. Yeah. Like pussy? Sorry? Huh? What's that? I said if you see that little cat pussy. Oh, you're not allergic, are you? No, I'm not allergic to it. Okay, good. I actually did. I saw the cat near the pool. It was, she was outside the pool, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not in the pool. Okay. If she was in the pool, you would have said, okay, good. Your hair's good.
His name is Leon Banning. 47 years old. Wanted from 3 different states for 3 different.
Also known as Kennedy Hawkins, which is who murdered Beverly and her 2 kids. The same guy that we let go.
Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico.
Oh, I thought he'd get away with it, but he's still investigated.
Ain't no statute of limitation on murder.
But the autopsies all show poison.
Okay, blah,
blah. It's a lot of information on this killer dude. It's like a movie, right? I mean, where can we find him? Where is he? So we can lock him away. Who are you? I'm Detective John Simmons. Rookie, probably the smartest person in this room. No offense to you, by the way. That arrogance will get you nowhere in this department. Sorry, Pops. And where has your humbleness got you? What, triple homicides, women and children dead by the guy deep? Sorry for my forwardness, but you guys are going about this the wrong way.
Okay, Rookie. So what do you suggest?
It's all like that, right? He goes after widow women and children, so we know he's right. He just don't know.
Well, if we want to argue, you would know that we already understand the why.
School lunch?
Excuse me, little boy. I'm no one's mother.
Well, I mean, you look like early 40s. I'm sorry. I mean, at least aunties.
Isn't it your school night? Shouldn't you be in bed?
What's up?
You know what? Bite me, punk.
All right, you two knock it off and focus. This is right. We know that Leon's real father died in a gang shooting when Leon was 4 years old. Right, sorry. So he watched his dad. Yes. And he would have survived, but Leon was too young to battle that one alone. That's something he's had to live with.
A couple of years on their own, bouncing around from homeless shelters to family members. Before Leon's mother met his stepfather, Harold James.
You're my son now, Leon. I'll make sure you never have to worry about anything again. Okay?
Okay, Harold.
Call me Dad.
Okay, Dad.
So how do we know all of this?
Well, it's all in Leon's report that the LAPD gave us. He told all of this to his therapist, Marcia Sanders, when he was in foster care.
Like, who's this?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we start.
What do you mean?
With the Marshall lady, I mean, you have to visit her lately, right? That's a good idea. Andrews, why don't you take Simmons and see what you can find?
I'm not going anywhere with this Boy Scout.
Look, Ma, I'll be home before sundown. And after it, don't push it. Sorry, folks.
Leon was a quiet child. When he came to me, he was only a boy. A boy who had witnessed his father murdered, and he murdered his own stepfather. And he had already seen so much, even before becoming a preteen.
So he trusts you. Has he come to visit you?
As a matter of fact, not a visit, but a call. He told me he was finally happy and that he had found the perfect family. That was 3 families ago. What do you mean? Every time he would miss someone new, he made sure to call and tell me that he was happy. You see, Leon suffers from extreme trauma caused by his stepfather, which caused him to resort to substance abuse at a very early age, which led to schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, triggering states of psychosis. A lot of times he would have these episodes where he would see himself doing something violent. It was all in his head.
Hallucination.
Yes. And as you probably know, hallucinations are false perceptions, where you sense an object, a person, or event, even though it's not there or hasn't even happened. It seems very real to you. Sometimes you may know you're in a hallucination. Other times you may be sure it's for real. For Leon, he couldn't differentiate if they were real or innocent. The reasons for the murders. Exactly. And the worst part is he didn't even know what he had done afterwards. It was like he was totally oblivious. Nobody experienced performance in the interrogation. Like he had no idea what he'd done because he didn't.
This is all from his stepfather's abuse.
There would be times when he would sit in my chair and just repeat.
Too bad you don't get to pick your family, but when you get older, you can. Maybe then you'll have a better life.
All he ever wanted was the perfect family, the one he never had. And when the family he created didn't turn out to be what he wanted, well, then he gave it up. Now I know it's really sad for the families he's done this to, but Leon is troubled. He doesn't need to be locked away in some jail. He needs help.
So then he'd call you when he's happy.
Yes, he also called every time he wasn't. I've always tried to talk him out of it, but it just never seemed to work out. Once his mind was set, there was nothing you could do about it.
So why did you ever call the authorities?
He's very smart, clever guy. He never tells me where he is, calls from a block number, stays on the phone for less than a minute. Always just calls to tell me he's moving on. He hangs up.
So if he reaches out to you again, you give us a call. Keep him on the phone as long as you can. You're a shrink. You talk to people for him.
Okay.
I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Dad?
Well, I say it. Limu, ball me. Limu, ball me again? My bad. Only pay for what you need.
I didn't think someone like me was at risk of shamings.
The rash couldn't possibly be that painful. And it wouldn't disrupt my life for weeks.
people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I learned that the hard way. But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Auto insurance all seems the same until you need it. With USAA, you can file claims, schedule repairs, and access roadside assistance right in the app. Scan for a quote or take your chances.
Right in the middle of everything else, you're trying to lose weight. Foundeo is a daily GLP-1 pill proven to help adults lose weight and keep it off. Foundeo helps people lose up to 25 pounds. It's the only GLP-1 pill that can be taken any time of day, with no planning around food or drink. Don't take Foundeo if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Taking Foundeo with an insulin or sulfonylurea may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. You don't have to wait for the right time to make a change. Now is perfect to ask your doctor about Foundeo. Learn about savings and support at foundeo.com.
Okay.
I would, but I have a family too. I promised my mother I'd spend a few of my days off with her. My dad passed away slowly.
I totally understand. This is her. And I was very nervous to criticize because figuring out what spice to put.
Stepdad. He seems a little rude to me.
Really? No, he's amazing. I think he just gets a little overprotective.
That's awful. That's bad. I get it. To me, into a family of all girls must be tough.
Yeah, well, our road dog's an asshole. He left us for the secretary. They don't even get along. I've had to watch my mom cry for months. But my mom is really happy. I like him.
That's a good point. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Well, you remember that movie, Barry.
I love you, baby. I'll call you when I get there.
You better. Love you too.
Came out to get something in the car. Looked like I was smiling. Yeah, he seems nice.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you two are really cute together. More than I was talking about how Brady's been hanging around. Stinks that you gotta go.
I've been having a blast with you guys. And just seeing you and her so happy. It's just amazing. Everything seems so perfect.
Right? Yeah, like you should try to do something. You know what about charger is?
No.
Okay, I have to.
Alright.
You know what charger is?
No, I don't know.
Where's your charger? The charger on charger.
No, what kind of phone you have?
You ask me every time.
What kind of phone you have?
iPhone.
Can you use this one?
Was your phone plugged in?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's okay. You have more in there. You can plug it in. You can use it.
well, don't worry clothes. I still got a lot of clothes.
Listen.
She don't want big daddy legs. She don't want no excuse.
Sasha started food. Shut up, now. You're such a bitch. I bet you better not say that loud.
Why are you
I
putting
got
so
your
on?
picture
You
last
okay?
night. You ain't that grown.
Huh?
Hmm?
Is she okay? You breathing pretty hard.
Yeah.
You already was. Keep bad.
Please. I can't meet your sister. No, but you know I'm serious. That's not please. You went through it. I didn't do all that. Yes, you did, baby. You were worse.
Oh, see, what's mine?
You like that again, and I will end you.
Hey, is this real?
No,
Oh,
he's just dreaming about it.
you smacked that little hair? That's terrible.
He's got in his head,
That's what
but
you
he
want to do.
controlled it.
That's how you be. You be having crazy thoughts, but you control them. You be over there thinking about killing me.
Morning, folks.
Good morning, baby. Oh, no. Gosh, you're leaving today. Oh?
I'll be back soon, though. Oh, that's what
Yeah, of course you are. Like that. Let me get the door. Oh. Hey, Brad. Oh.
Dad?
Hey, Mel. You here to see your mom? Wait, Dad left you with your mom? Dad? Look, man, I don't know you and I don't want no problems, okay? Just here to see my wife. First off, it's ex-wife. And I don't think she's expecting.
Oh, that's his ex-husband.
Let's get up.
Not you.
Melanie, don't be like that. I never did anything to you or Sasha, okay? Just stop it right there. Please leave or I will force you. Please tell your mother I stopped by.
That's how niggas get when the ex-husband stop by and ask us that. I get jealous.
I don't know.
I'll be like, come on in, big boy. You want her back? you want to take these problems off my hands, big boy?
I called him.
You did what?
I'm sorry. I called him and I pushed her to, and Darnell, I like you and I really appreciate what you did last night. And I know we're building or whatever, but it was before that. I'm sorry, but you're just not my dad.
Sasha. That's not nice.
That's how my daughter's credit. I'm ready, baby. Them niggas mad. Like about our baby mama's girlfriend mad. The boyfriend mad. You know my dad. You know my dad. We already know the dad.
Darnell, please.
Just let me be, baby. We'll talk like the back of the store.
I'll deal with you a little later.
Mom, I can stay if you.
Don't worry about it. You can go back to school. I can deal with this.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go get my husband. Watch your sister for me.
Mom, I don't need to be watched. I'm 14.
Asia,
Look, you can't just come back into my life like nothing has happened.
I made a mistake, Asia. People make mistakes.
You didn't make a mistake. You left me for another woman. That was a choice.
Now I'm sorry. It was the one choice I wish I never made.
Wait a minute. It's too late for that now. I'm there. And he loves me and he takes good care of our kids.
Apparently not good enough. Our daughter wouldn't reach out.
Sasha loves her dad. I know that. But she misses you.
Asia, I know you're married now. But do you really love him?
He cares about me. And he loves me.
That's not what I said. I said, do you love him?
It's not what it looks like.
She tried to kiss him too.
That's how I do. If I walk in on you doing something like that, I was going to have.
What is wrong with you?
Sit down, fool. Sit out the way. Man, baby.
Actually, he's very nice to her. I mean, all of them.
Timothy had no business being there in the first place. And Timothy is your ex-husband. And why would they not? Darnell walked in on him trying to kiss me. They fought. We started. From the looks of their ex, Timothy, who got taken off in an ambulance, it didn't look like much of a fight to me. More like an attack.
So? The neighbor said you attacked the guy. Neighbor? What neighbor? I don't think that's important, Mrs. Simpson. Okay, I didn't attack anybody. He forced himself on my wife, and I tried to get him off of her. We started fighting. He just ended up in the hospital? No, we were fighting. He came at me, and I was defending myself. I didn't mean to hurt him. I was trying to protect Asia. You do realize that if you press these charges, Mrs. Simpson, not going to allow you to leave. You will be processed and you will spend time in jail. So let me get this straight. This dude is in my house, on my property, assaulting me. And I'm the one that could possibly go to jail? For real? Wow. Did you hit your wife, Mrs. Simpson?
Yes, it was an accident. I tried to break them up, but I got caught in the
Oh, they're a different story.
I can't say it was the smartest thing breaking up a fight. You think? Are you pressing charges? Of course not. And I'd like it if you let my husband go. Oh, no. We can't do that. We will be keeping him until we can properly question Mr. Timothy Jones. What do you mean? Why can't you question him like he's joined us? Timothy was severely beaten. He has 3 broken ribs and a concussion. Now, I don't think he's in a proper position to answer our questions right now. Look, I know you don't want to press charges, but Timothy's injuries are serious. This was not a little squabble, Mrs. Simpson.
The temper's right in the first place. What would you do, huh? What would you do if your wife was being groomed by her ex-husband? What would you do? Now she's being groomed. That's not the story she's telling. Not at all.
Has Mr. Simpson ever done anything like this before? He's the calmest, most understanding man I've ever known. This is our character.
Baby.
Circumstances.
What is wrong with you?
Why would you say that?
You're so cute.
I didn't kiss my ex, but I didn't exactly stop it. Oh,
Yeah, he tried to kiss you and didn't.
No, you couldn't work, so I'm not going to say all that. I have to leave my mom. Can I go now? Yes, we can. But we will be keeping your husband. We'll see if we're going to arrange.
Look at you. The more stuff you put on here, the less room I have. Keep putting more stuff out here when I clean it up. You're like a little kid. You know how your kid used to keep bringing out toys after you clean up? That's what you do. You probably used to whoop Brandon and shit for doing that. You need a whooping. I know. Can't let him. I can't because you know how I am. I can't.
I know. I mean, it could be much worse.
No. I don't want to go to jail because I don't want the other people to find out where he at.
Well, I see you at home later.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Asia, I'm sorry for I just saw red and I couldn't help myself. He crashed out. You know what we call that, baby? We call that crashing out. He crashed out.
Going to college often means borrowing money and graduating with debt. But not at Columbus State Community College. 80% of our students attend debt-free. Because after you learn the skills necessary to take the next step, it's time to move forward, not dig out of debt. So whether it's joining Central Ohio's workforce or the next step in your education, keep more of your money. Check out Columbus State Community College. We're making Central Ohio stronger.
I know you don't consider this my home no more. But it feels so good to be home sometimes. Even though you don't consider this my home anymore. Since you put me out on the streets.
Healthcare, technology, and education. Get the skills you need to succeed. Finish fast. Franklin University. Franklin makes it possible. And Franklin makes it personal.
Auto insurance all seems the same until you need it. With USAA, you can file claims, schedule repairs, and access roadside assistance right in the app. Scan for a quote or take your chances.
Why is this cover over here? What's this for?
No, when I did some videoing, and I have aesthetic look. I'm tired of you staying chunking shit. You're so childish. You're not confident.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I'm confident or not. Like I said, no confident. I don't know if I'm confident or not. You heard what the fuck I said, no confidence. I don't know what the fuck that means. Would you have confidence if I put you out on house?
Hi, I'm Wes from Midstate Basement Systems, all things basement recovery. Do you
Never
have a
apologize for it.
crawl space? We'll transform that crawl space into a dry, healthy space. Call Midstate
Take away
Basement
somebody's
Systems now.
confidence, dude.
All things basementy.
Push Guy, cold and smooth survival skills. You don't have a fish hook? Try a beer tap. Now
that's a catch. And for the mountains.
I'm sorry for causing you any trouble. I didn't mean to. I just miss you.
It's okay, Sash. You know I screwed up with your mother. But I promise we're gonna put our family back together again. That guy's crazy.
But you don't know the pretty cool guy.
Oh, I know.